Hello, viewers. Welcome to Hila-P Sports and Entertainment TV. We are back again, and this is the weekend review, and we'll be discussing at least we'll start with what played out right there in the Champions League midweek. CBN, yeah, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure. It's
no longer news that most teams you expected to do well in the Champions League, especially the English teams. All of them really crashed, or can I say they lost almost all their games and some draw, and only Aston Villa was able to win in Europe throughout the whole out of nine English clubs that represented in Europe, both Champions League, Europe, and the Conference League. It's only Aston Villa that will be able to win. Well, Arsenal drew, and likewise Newcastle United. We'll be coming to that. First of all, let's start with Galatasaray CPN. Galatasaray, I think I can agree with you based on your prediction. You really said that it's not going to be easy for Liverpool, and you gave Galatasaray to beat Liverpool, and it really happened.
Yeah,
they beat Liverpool by goal to nil.
Yes, I expected that because I've already seen the way Galatasaray play at home.
Yeah,
I mean, in that their stadium, when you look at the support they usually get from the stadium and the way the fighting spirit they usually put in games whenever they are there, it's very it's very wonderful.
Yeah,
and I think the recent results which they've gotten there already shows that it was never going to be an easy game for Liverpool. I mean, if you looked at the game, I think Liverpool they were a little bit lucky to have left left Turkey with just one goal down.
Okay. Now we talked about Liverpool, Newcastle. Newcastle United were able to go ahead up front against Barcelona, but at the end of the 9 minute, Baka they considered penalty boy and Baka slotting through Jamie Lamin, and the game ended in 1-1.
Yeah, it was. I think Newcastle were very very unlucky.
Yeah,
they were very very unlucky because they dominated the game.
Yeah, they did.
I think they had the chances to extend that their lead in that game.
Definitely.
And I think I'm going to single out a player in that game, which is Lewis Hall. He was wonderful. Yeah. He took it personal with Lamine Yamal that very day. He put Lamine Yamal in his pocket and he dominated. I mean, he was just unplayable.
Probably watched his former side what they did against Barca. So he said, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this."
He was just like when you see the way he played in that match, you just wonder if this was the same Lewis Hall that Chelsea sold. He was just a different player that very day. Yeah. And generally Newcastle, they were just. They were just too good for Barcelona.
They were,
if not because of the fortuitous penalty they got, because they were just fortunate enough to get that penalty. I mean, the game was already heading towards the end, and they got the penalty which Yamal took. It was an interesting match. It was an interesting game.
Very interesting game.
Yeah, and we are going to really see a more interesting one in the return leg.
Okay, looking at the game between Atletico Madrid and Tottenham Hotspur, it ended in a drastic one. A very devastating one for Spurs. They went to Spain, with hope that they're going to do something at least in the game, and also at least even if there's nothing, even if they're ready to deficit, even if it's just a goal difference. But at the end of the day, it resulted to a 3-goal difference, which they later came back. And after going down 3-0. So, how do you see that game, and are you expecting Spurs to bounce back?
I think there's still a chance, even though it's a very tiny one. Yeah. It's a very tiny chance, but still, there is still a chance for them to come back in the game.
Okay.
However, considering the way they played in that game, I think if they play in a way that is a little bit closer to that level which they displayed in Atletico Madrid in Spain, I think it will be game over for them, because when the game started, I mean, they were just so confused. They didn't even know what they were doing.
Yeah,
the players could not connect with each other. They were like individual people who are combined, who are brought together in a place, who doesn't even know why they are there, who doesn't even know the game plan, who doesn't even know any tactics or whatsoever. I mean, they gave away ball very cheaply to Atletico Madrid. They let them score easy goals. I mean, it was just too bad for them.
What can you talk about the goalkeeper who his debutant, debutant goalkeeper who really messed up also?
That's I think that's on the coach, because sometimes when as a coach you feel like I mean, Vicario was there.
Yeah,
Vicario is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, even though Tottenham Hotspur has been playing very badly. But for you to bench Vicario in such a game of high intensity, it was a very bad decision for the coach.
Yeah.
And I think he regretted that, because he had to take the debutant off after they considered the 3 goals.
Yeah.
So which shows that it was a mistake, a
Definitely
very big mistake.
It was.
So it's really bad for Tottenham, because they've played so well in the Champions League this season. For them to concede goals the way they conceded, for them to lose that game the way they lost it, it's a bad one.
Okay, talking about bad one. Also, it was a bad day for Atlanta at home to Bayern Munich. They were thrashed, thumped, and devastated at home, because Bayern ran riot on them by beating them 6-1. Even the one they scored, at least it was that minute they had to just score the goal to show, okay, let us see if there's a way. But I'm not seeing them coming back anytime close.
No, I don't think it's possible for them to come back in the game. I think it's already done and dusted.
Yeah.
For losing by 5 goals difference, it's already, and in your home you're still going to go to Allianz Arena, which is a thumping ground. It's like,
what if they go to Allianz Arena and did what Barcelona did to PSG that year?
I don't think it's possible. I can put my money in it.
Are you sure you can put your money on that?
And I'll tell you that it can never happen.
And I'm telling you that it can happen.
I think when you watch,
they can go to Bayern and give and they can beat Bayern by 7-1.
Even if Bayern is red carded from the first minute, they can never. I don't think they can. But Atlanta can never score up to 5 goals and like get a 5 goals difference in the results. I mean, if you watch the way Bayern plays this recently, they are in form right now.
No, they're good.
I mean, in that particular game in the first half, I think within from the 12th minute, within 13 minutes, in the space of 13 minutes, they scored 3 goals. Yeah. These players, Michael Olise, even Nicolas Chelsea's Nicolas Jackson was prolific. These people can punish you at any time. These people score goals for fun.
Yeah, they do.
Serge Gnabry, when they get their chances, you hardly see them miss their chances. And then, of course, we all know that Jamal Musiala is back as well.
And the funny part of it that we didn't see Harry Kane wasn't
even involved. So for you to understand what we're saying, Harry Kane did not even play. I mean, this guy is like their primary source of goals. Yeah. And he was not even there. Yeah. They scored 6 goals. So considering when he is down around, so I think there's no way out for Atlanta.
Okay. Now looking at Arsenal, I think that result there was a surprising one for me, because I never expected Arsenal to go to Leverkusen without coming back with 3 points. But it was a surprising one from Leverkusen. They pulled out a big surprise. They played, they digged in, and in fact, if not Arsenal, they really did well. You know, if not the penalty from their former player in the person of Kai Havertz, the game would have ended in favor of Leverkusen. Yes. going to London.
I think that's one of the biggest shocks, because everybody thought the game was an easy one for everybody. Some people were actually joking about it, and they were saying that this is a walkover for Arsenal, in favor of Arsenal.
Like the way you did, you also said that between Atlanta and Bayern.
Yeah. So, well, the Atlanta and Bayern, I said it.
It would be easy for Bayern,
because when you look at the qualities of players they have, when you look at the levels these guys are, you would see that, and I felt like Arsenal, they were in the same level.
Yeah.
And then when they were going to meet Bayer Leverkusen, you would think that they were going to perform in the same level that Bayern Munich performed against Atlanta, but it wasn't going to be. I think Bayer Leverkusen deserves to win that game. Yeah, they deserve to win the game.
Okay.
But unfortunately for them, the penalty was which Kai Havertz scored, which is their former player. Yeah. It actually undid whatever they did in that, whatever good performances they displayed in that game.
Yeah. And another surprising one, Chelsea going to Paris. And okay, same thing that happened there with Spurs and Atletico Madrid also happened between PSG and Chelsea. The goalkeeper who was trusted the opportunity to be able to showcase himself, but Philip Jorgensen ended up
he felt woefully.
Throwing up Hola from Hola. I think I don't know CBN, because during the game when I saw him in the lineup, I was like, okay, if the manager can trust Philip, that means does it mean that because okay, Sanchez is played against West Ham, and we knew the war really played out there. The goal that was scored against Sanchez, we can say that it was a cheap goal. But looking at despite how you want to see it, for me, I think Sanchez is a good goalkeeper to compare. A good save. It's a goalkeep saving person than Philip Jorgensen.
I think you are correct because Jorgensen, I think the qualities that I feel he has over Sanchez is just his foot. His foot.
Yeah,
he's good with passes. But then goalkeeper, I think a goalkeeper's first main quality should be saving goals,
definitely
stopping strikers from scoring, not passing ball around.
Passing ball around, yeah.
So and this is what Jorgensen doesn't have.
Yeah,
even with the passes around that as well, he made a very crucial mistake, a very bad mistake, costly mistake, because the third goal PSG scored was from his mistake. I mean, he just wanted to pass the ball somewhere and he gave it to PSG player, and then he could not even retreat back, and they had to lob him and score. So it's still it's another bad decision from coach Liam Rossini. I think he will look at himself and then he wonder if what would have happened if he had actually started Sanchez instead. Because a lot of people believe that if Sanchez was in the post, I think like that Dembele's goal and that of Vitinha, and even that of the
last goal, yeah, even the last goal.
Yeah, so a lot of people felt like maybe Sanchez could have stopped all this
because with the reflexes he has. Yes. I think it's a goalkeeper who can be able to react at any given time and save goals.
So I think it's a very poor one from Rossini, and losing 5-2 again is a very, very bad situation now that they are in, because you now have a mountain to climb in the second leg. Definitely. And this is PSG. They are not going to sit there and wait for you to come at them. They are going to come to Stamford Bridge and still want to get some goals, and I think it will take a very huge miracle for them to come back in this one.
Now you spoke about this particular game, but the Glint against Sporting, and he really played out there. But the Glint, they are the giant players, and they have shown it. Exactly. Somebody jokingly said how that he would have preferred the Glint compared to Manchester United, because United have played 9 games since Michael Carrick took over, but they have not won straight 5 games. But the Glint, they completed a 5 winning in Europe.
Yeah,
against big boys.
Against the big boys.
Against the big boys.
That's the shocking part of it. They are not just winning these games, and they're not just winning against smaller teams like teams like Bayer Leverkusen or teams like maybe Karabakh, Villarreal, and all that. These guys are beating the big boys.
Big boys.
They've beaten Man City. They've beaten Inter. They beat Inter home and away. I mean, they beat Atletico Madrid, and now they're beating Sporting Lisbon. And this is the Champions League knockout round of 16. Yes. And they're beating Sporting Lisbon 3-0. I mean, these guys are. I think they've performed beyond anybody's expectation.
I'm seeing them in quarterfinals.
Yes, of course. I don't think there's any way Sporting will come back in this game, because these people. I think it's more likely that they are going to beat Sporting in their Sporting's home. Because these people, I think the way they play, they're not even scared.
They're not.
I think the mindset, they're having this kind of mindset that they actually don't have anything to lose. We are the underdogs. We are not the underdogs. We are the underdogs. Like, we have already performed beyond anybody's expectation.
Yeah.
From the club, from their fans, whatever expectation you have from the neutrals, anybody expected them to have been gone by now.
Yeah.
So for them to get to where they are right now, this is like whatever stage they get to is like an added achievement.
Yeah,
they've achieved the highest achievement anybody expected from them. Yeah. So I don't see Sporting Lisbon beating them.
Yeah,
I don't see it happening. I think it's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
As well, but I think they are going to be Sporting.
Okay. Now, finally, another surprising one it was the game or the clash between Real Madrid and Manchester City. See, that particular game, I just put the Real Madrid injury list, and the top not injury list, not just ordinary injury list. Their top guns, top players who were injured, who didn't participate in that game. But I was surprised to see the skipper taking it upon himself to make sure he scored 3 goals in a match for the first time in his career.
Yeah. So, I think Valverde was out of this world.
Definitely.
He stood tall, like he was the biggest threat. He was very decisive.
Definitely,
he was doing everything. He did everything right. And I think I'll give it to him. Manchester City, it was a shocking performance from them.
Yeah,
I
it was.
mean, nobody expected them to lose in that manner.
Yeah,
They couldn't even put up any fights.
yeah, they
Man
did.
City
They
were not
couldn't.
even to put on any fight. To the extent that even the almighty and the Haaland were had to be removed while they were losing 3-0 for you to know how bad they performed that
Yeah,
very
they
day.
did.
So I think it would have been worse because Vinicius missed a penalty. The outcome could have been worse.
Maguire said that Santiago Bernabeu is a nightmare place to visit because for the first time in his career, he has been to a stadium that at a time he was like, "Am I really dreaming? What am I doing here?" Because when they closed the stadium at the supporters' noise and the way they sing, the opposite player's song, he at the time he wanted to leave the pitch because it was like maybe there's thousands of boas, running towards him because to me, what do you have to say? Because I know his first time, to play in the Champions League, for a team like this, and also coming to Santiago Bernabeu, and also for him to be able to come out and say no, here is not an easy place to come.
Of course. I mean, Santiago Bernabeu is it's never an easy for anybody to come down.
Especially when they close that last season.
Exactly. So and they have this massive supporters base that I mean when you come into the stadium and you see everywhere is white.
Yes.
I mean it takes a whole lot of
Confidence
and courage and
for you to be able to withstand.
Yeah,
Definitely.
from the fans. So I think he's right. And if you look at the way everything turned out against them at the end of the day, I think it's a nightmare for him. He will always remember that day. And then I think next time he's coming to Santiago Bernabeu, he'll be like, this place again.
Definitely.
This place again. What am I going to How are we going to? I mean, it was a very bad experience for him.
It was. Okay, viewers, guess what? Definitely we'll be at the Santiago Bernabeu very soon to be able to analyze, and you see us live and direct. We are hoping, and definitely it's going to happen. It's a very good city and also a very good stadium to be at. Now, definitely, we'll be back, and thank you for staying with us. And we really appreciate your likes, your comments, and also drop what you feel like. Which particular game really got to you? Which particular game do you feel that it's not supposed to be? Though it's football, but which one really got to you? Like you feel like no, so emotional that no, this game is not supposed to be this way. Thank you for being with us, and we'll be back.